Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem.
Good morning, race fans. Welcome to historic Pimlico Racecourse. Naomi Chucker alongside Keith Fustel. And what an exciting weekend it's set out to be, Keith. I'm sure you got plenty looking forward to today and, of course, tomorrow.
Tomorrow we've got, the mandatory pick six, right? I think we're going to get there. I think it's going to hold through and get there tomorrow for a big payout. I mean, I'm thinking $4 or $5 million in the pool when it's all said and done. But we're glad to have you back. Hope you're feeling better.
Thank you. I think I caught with a cold, and I think we're surviving, but I'm just so, there's so much to look forward to. I could not be here. This big weekend, record-setting mandatory payout this Sunday. But let's look at the Rainbow Pick 6 carryover for today. Starts in race number 3. $1,396,320 starts in race number 3 for that Rainbow Pick 6 sequence. I'll walk you through my ticket in a little bit. But of course, as you highlighted, Keith, we are both very much looking forward to the mandatory Rainbow Pick 6 payout tomorrow, Independence Day. Now, it's estimated over 1.4 million. Your estimate's a little bit higher there.
Well, I think they're gonna pour it in here for the bet. And even like yesterday, it paid okay. We were really chalky early. I don't know if you followed along with the card, and a couple prices there, but it still paid okay. So we're not saying don't play today. Man, you'd be killing yourself, right? If you get left out and somehow miss it. But I think it'll get through today. We'll have a carryover, and then with that big mandatory payout, it will be huge.
And this sequence starts in race number 6, including the 4 stakes events as well. I'm really looking forward to the Concern Stakes. Mighty Mischief on the rail. Whew, that talented horses lining up tomorrow. And of course, tomorrow, as I highlighted, is Independence Day. We have a 4th of July Red, White and Blue Festival all weekend long, which includes today food and beer specials. We were discussing this the other week, weren't we? Yes. Hamburgers, hot dogs.
French fries, hopefully for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, so there's so much going on. Do come out to Pimlico Racecourse over the weekend. Celebrate your long weekend here with us.
Absolutely. My buddy who I told you about has the fry truck. He's got a hat for you. He saw me the other day, and he says, listen, I'm a big fan of Naomi. I've got one of my hats, so maybe you can sport it around town and get him a few gigs.
Oh, I like it. No, certainly. If I get some free fries, you're certainly my friend all of a sudden. So I think I'm easily persuaded with free food. So yeah, do come out. We have so much going on, an exciting weekend set to begin here. Let's have a look at the current track condition. We are fast on the main track. We are off the turf, and hopefully we'll be on the turf tomorrow.
Let's hope so. I mean, it's warm enough today. It's actually a little bit muggy, it feels like. I know it's only 70, 71 degrees. There is a little threat. I look back behind me. I hope there's no rain in the distance, but a little bit of some threatening skies right now. Just a light breeze, 7 or 8 miles an hour. And, yeah, all set. Off the turf, unfortunately, today. What races were they? There were races 2,
5, and 7, I do believe.
2, 5, and 7, correct.
Just
yeah,
off
off
the top
turf.
of my
But,
head, yep.
We still got some horses to play. I like it. Got a couple winners in here for you today.
Absolutely. The fields didn't completely fall apart just yet.
No,
We have plenty
no.
of betting interest there, which I am looking forward to. And as we described, those 4 stakes races tomorrow are quite the treat. 11 races on the card. A field day for you and me, Keith. We better be doing our homework there.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to bring a couple extra dollars, no doubt. And with that mandatory payout, we'll be getting a group together. I'm sure putting up a decent ticket. So,
I will certainly be playing myself as well. Let's get going here with the 8 race cards on offer today. First race is, as usual, the start of the early pick. 5-12%, one of the lowest takeouts in the business here. Really does pay off to play with the Maryland Jockey Club. We kick things off with fillies and mares 3-year-old and up. Mile and 16, 2 turns here, claiming 5,000 non-winners at 2 lifetime. And Keith, you and I see this similarly. Both very
Real similar, yeah.
Very similar here. Let's hope we're correct. Yeah. Let's hope we get the super home here. The number 6, Irish Brandy is our top selection. Let's look back at her last effort here, where she kind of got stuck on the rail in the box seat that day, and then kind of had to wait a fair bit before she was able to get out. Usually, we say this is the perfect position to be in, but then if the horse in front of you, like is the case here, doesn't continue, then you kind of have a problem, right?
Yeah, then you get yourself in a little bit of a jackpot. But you know what? Tylia Pastina handled this pretty well, all things considered. Just a little bit of a light, steady. Now, momentum to the horses to the outside, right? Right now, they're able to kind of get the jump, even 3 to 5 Sheriff's Kid. But steady slightly, works out. Is going to advance in between horses here, coming past the 5/16. You know, very definitely handled, I thought, by Tylia Pastina. And she's just going to stay inside. Very patient. The rail opens up, and just a grinding kind of a run under that right-handed pressure for Irish Brandy to just get up by about 3/4 of a length. And I tell you, you look at you're thinking big drop here. Was maiden 16 down the number was a 42. This is where she belongs. You know, you've got to work these horses through the conditions. So the nickel 2 in life doesn't scare me. Acadian Girl might have a little bit more tactical speed. She beat her quite a few lengths on the go back. But Irish Brandy has improved since adding Lasix as well. So I like the steady improvement. Acadian Girl gets a little help, I think, with the assist of the scratch of Moonlight Miss. So I thought she was going to have to chase and maybe be used a little bit hard into the far turn. But she gets a little break there.
I do believe you also have a stat on Acadian Girl, right? What did you dug up for us today?
Big stat here, Mike Duralis. Yeah, he doesn't run a slew of horses, but he has been very good year in and year out on this circuit. Last 5 years on the dirt, 5 for 11, 45%, 8 for 11 in the money with a 50% tag drop. And tag drop's good enough because that's about the kind of the move that he makes. Your ROI is 447. Strong angle here for a trainer that's had a very, very good year. Here, Mike Duralis, and he and Mark Lapidus do quite well together. I guess the only question mark, the 2 very good races. Now, granted, they were off tracks, those 2 recent numbers. Let's see how she kind of adapts to a fast track today.
Yeah, and one that's looking forward to getting to a fast track is possibly the number 2, Sheriff's Kid, for Charles Frock here. Last time she was on the turf, I don't really think that was a surface, but before that, right here at Pimlico, absolutely demolished the maiden 10 field by 8 3/4 lengths, and now gets back to the same surface and distance again.
Yeah, and we saw her in that video. She just couldn't quite hold on there. Irish Brandy advanced to the inside, but Frock, they are rolling. And the last 3 years, Charles L. Frock, 3 for 13, 23%, 7 for 13 in the money, second off the claim. That move works, and certainly going to like this return to the main track. So 6125, we got it exactly.
We got it exactly. Let's move on to the second race. Of course, also the start of the early pick 4. And Keith, today you went with the early pick 4 sequence. Where do you see some value?
And again, I'm not really trying to hit a home run. But let's see what we've got here. 3, 4, 7 to get you started. 4, 5, 6 in leg number 2. And slots in Heavenly Trip, going to take all the money. The 6-horse, a lot like Christmas. Let's see what this one does with the blinkers on. I went back and watched that race at Monmouth. Really green, came off a little slowly. Green might see major improvement there. Race 4. 256, Ravenel, 5-1 on the morning line. Might be down a little bit from that, but I think she's going to like this little drop back to Pimlico. Had a little trouble up at Charlestown. I think she can rally into it. And race 5 will wrap it up with the 2 and the 7. They look like the logical horses. Peterson Courage, going to be a very short price. Kevin Gomez, make the rider Kevin Gomez on the 2. Peterson's Courage in race number 5, $27 ticket.
Yeah, your ticket is in a way similar to what we'll see in my Rainbow Pick 6. Couldn't find a single there, so just a little bit higher price ticket than I usually like to give out, but it's so worth it with that Rainbow Pick 6 carryover. So we'll get to that in just a second. That starts in race number 3. Race 2, of course, here, again, very similar. I didn't realize how similar our picks were, but that's possibly
what were you
also...
doing yesterday? I thought you were... I mean, we weren't... Well, I wasn't on the phone handicapping these races right along with you.
I spend a lot of time handicapping today's car to try and outsmart you, but clearly that didn't work out at all.
Okay.
We are on the main track for this field. There's 5 horses in total here, so that kind of explains our similar view of this field. Starter allowance for fillies and mares 3-year-old, and up now mile and 16 on the main track. The number 7 Princess Dior, very interesting spelling there. I keep wanting to say Princess Dior, but Princess Dior for Del Capuano. Blinkers go on. She does step it up here to win us for the first time. She bossed it up front with a fair bit of pressure at Churchill Downs. Got claimed out of that by Del Capuano. I like the addition of blinkers. We know how strong Dale is with blinkers and how strong he is off the claim as well.
Very good with blinkers. What is it? Almost over 40% recent note with a really strong ROI over 350. Yeah, and you're seeing maiden 20 at Churchill, and you're thinking, well, that might have been towards the lower level. How does it really stack up? I think it's okay, because I go back to the 2-back race. The horse that just beat her, Walk Me Home, and run like a 70 as the 2-year-old. Some horses have come out of there to run okay, so that's good enough for me. The blinkers go on. She's going to be forward. I think she might try to outrun the 4 Enter Sandwoman. This little class drop is going to work for her. Speed held June the 5th. Just couldn't really make any impact. Against this group, a little bit of a drop. She's going to be in the mix a long way in this short field.
Yeah, I thought the class drop certainly going to help her there. She wasn't as involved as you highlighted in that last outing, Enter Sandwoman, but I think today should set up better for her. Now, quickly, the number 7, because I do really like her in this spot. What kind of value we're going to get on her? She's probably going to take some money, isn't she?
Oh, a lot. Yeah. It would not be surprised. I mean, we've got one. Scratch the 1, the 2,
I think
the 6.
5 in total.
Let's see. She's going to be in that probably 8 to 5 range, I would think. If I had to go back, I would think in that kind of range. I think slight favoritism maybe over Enter Sandwoman. I mean, the question mark, fool yourself on the dirt. What's she going to do?
Exactly. What is she going to do second after the claim for trainer Claudio Gonzalez? Has been running very decently on the turf. Can she translate it to the main track as well? She's by Moses, so you think she should be able to, but guess what? Well, the proof is in the pudding when race 2 kicks off. Let's go with race number 3. Rainbow Pick 6 time. Mandatory payout tomorrow, but today we still have quite the carryover. 1.3 million. Let's say 1.4. I'm going to call this 1.4 million, and there certainly will be a fair bit of interest here. I created a ticket, as I highlighted, a little bit more than usual, $76.80, just because I couldn't find a single. And you see, I go deeper in some of the spots where I feel like it's a bit of an open race. Race 3, I use 3 horses, the 2, the 4, and the 5. The 4, my top selection, their Heavenly Trip, first time started for Brittany Russell. I also use the number 2, Up for Chance. Jerry O'Dwyer steps down in class, showed a bit of speed before tiring. Maybe the class drop will help him out, and use slats for trainer Claudio Gonzalez, who's been doing terrifically with his 2-year-olds at Pimlico thus far. 2 from 4 and 3 from 4 in the money, so certainly always want to include his horses. Race number 4, go 40, 2, 5, 6, and 7. The 6 is my top selection there. That dares goal, but I think this is quite a wide open affair, so I wanted to spread there. Taking a risk in this maiden 40, going too deep here, using the 2 Peterson's Courage, because I think this is her race to lose. And then Hello Amigo, third experience she has, and a favorable running style in here as well. And then race number 6, I spread again, using the 2, the 3, the 7, and the 8. Then race 7, I go too deep here, using the 12 and the 4, both the main track only entries going to the lead. And then, of course, the number 12, Day the Music, died such a strong third in the Not for Love stake. 3 starts back, kind of the class of the field in here, so certainly include him. Race number 8, the nightcap, used the 4 and the 6 there. So I really hope either Nana Shoes or Sammy Sunshine. Sammy Sunshine, long stretch run into the turn. Hopefully she won't get caught out wide, but she has a bit of speed on her side.
Yep.
Last time running at Pimlico was a winning one, so I hope she can do that again here. $76.80. Like I said, bit more in investment than usual.
Yeah,
but it's worth it.
We did that yesterday. Some guys, we put a ticket together, and we're coming up to the last leg, and we're alive, and we're like, man, we're going to lose money on this bet. And believe it or not, it paid well. We made a couple bucks. So thanks to
Overlay
Forest Boys
City.
and getting the job done there with Goldie's boy getting up at the wire. But yeah, so no, paid okay, because we had a string of really short prices to get you started. I don't see that quite happening today. Maybe Peterson's Courage is that single. You know, everybody's going to kind of gear around, going to be a shorter price. But you have it on your ticket. You've got to spread around this race. The horse we didn't talk about, I know we're on race 3, but real quick, Sarah's Treasure in race 4, I think if you can go all in for race 4, that's the one race I would probably take everybody.
I agree.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that race was really tough, and I went 4 deep, but my wallet was kind of at its max there. I felt like I couldn't add any more horses without going over the $100. So if you can spread, do spread in race 4. Let's talk about race 3. A fair few intriguing horses in here, because we've never seen them before. Maiden 45 furlongs on the main track. You go with the Claudio Gonzalez first, the number 5 Slats. JD Acosta aboard. We know JD Acosta is very good with any type of runner, to be honest. Really good, from the gate, and managed to give a youngster a good experience.
Yes, and we've got a stat for Claudio with these 2-year-old maiden claimers. Here you go. The last 3 years on the dirt: 7 for 26, 27%, and 12 for 26 in the money. ROI 257, and his real kind of key spot is this maiden 40. He's really done well at that level. There's a few losses at the 25 level. You're good. And but this, you really got to watch out for him. And looking at some of the works, that work back at Monmouth caught my eye. The 101 and 4 breezing out of the gate. Now this guy's a colt, but the filly who won yesterday, RB Star, worked much slower than this one, if those works are correct that particular day. So yeah, you're looking at the breeding bottom side. The mare was unraced, but has 2 winning siblings, including a debut winner. I think Slats will be primed and ready for debut here in race 3.
I use, excuse me, I have a frog in my throat here. I use the number 4 Heavenly Trip as well for Brittany Russell, who's incredibly intriguing here. What do you think of her?
I think, the question mark with the stallion, not a whole lot that I know on that one. The bottom side, mare was a 9-time winner, 2 winning siblings. Rosie's Rainbow didn't run super fast, but with Brittany, you always have to use with these first-time starters. We saw the one yesterday. Probably should have shown a video. Maybe we'll show it next week. In that 2-year race, got in a lot of trouble and finished up quite well. And Hammy Smith's horse in there ran real big with trouble, the 5 horse. But yeah, you got to respect that. The horse that I think might just jump up and you'll see a major form reversal is the 6. A lot like Christmas. The winner came back. The Double Thunder came back to win in Churchill and in the Bashford Manor. And that's a Pletcher runner. This guy came out of the gate just slow, was green, tossing his head about down the backside, had no interest of running. But I know that family. The bottom side, all we want for Christmas. There's been some fast horses out of that mare. So blinkers go on. You might see a change in attitude and performance for the 6 horse in here. I go 5, 6, 4, 2.
I find him quite intriguing as well. Number 6, a lot like Christmas. I do apologize. My voice seems to be in and out a little bit, still dealing with that cold here. But a lot like Christmas, as you highlighted, a bit green, a bit, slow on debut. You do kind of take that wait and see approach here. As we move on to race number 7, claiming 8,000 to 6,000, 6 furlong sprint here. We do have a video spotlight on the number 5, Joyful Noise, but of course also the late pick 5 sequence starting right here. If you did get kicked out in that Rainbow Pick 6, you kind of get a chance to go again with one of the lowest takeouts in the industry. Let's talk about the number 5, Joyful Noise in here. Marius Ray Jr., we don't have a carryover as highlighted there. Second start after a slight freshener. I think she needed that. It looked like she was starting to tail off. She does go in and out of form a little bit.
Yes.
We can see her right there. I thought this was a terrific race last time out, so I think that break did her good.
And she was very keen early, as opposed to some of her other races. She really was in hand, confidently handled by Grant Whitaker, was able to shift out, go clear, and hold on late against, the similar kind of runners. She has shown the ability to pair up like a 60, 61 kind of a buyer. It works. She has speed to target in here. She'll sit another good trip because there's plenty of horses that want to be up through the pace here. The 4 I'm So Money, a reclaim, is fresh and is quick. That There's Golden Calypso Ghost with the blinkers going on. So I see a contested pace. I don't really see anybody shaking well clear around the turn. She's going to lurk, rally into it. I like Ravenel, though.
I like that you picked up on her. I thought that was a typical pick for you in the best of ways. Dropping in class, perhaps, dropped off form just a little bit, but for a high percentage barn.
Absolutely. And you're looking at, they still could have, dropped her down and gone for the nickel 1 and 6 month count. There's a protect still here with this mare, and she came back off the break, ran okay on the turf. So thinking, okay, she's all right for him. They tried to get that A other than. You see that some of these guys will try to sneak up to Charlestown and get that A other than condition. She had a little trouble there on the muddy sealed surface, hemmed in around the first turn. Our man Mike Sasson with a good comment there. She can sit and rally. We know what this jockey and the trainer combo is like. They're about 30% with a strong ROI.
They do terrifically.
Yeah, I can just see her sitting patiently inside and trying to make a run with Joyful Noise. Hopefully she can get up. I think she might be just a little bit better price. We'll see. Could be close. But I go 2.653 in here in a race. If you can go all, do it. Sarah's Treasure on the drop. Coming down to a very low level. Might be the lowest level ever for her. I think on the go back she might have been at maybe a 12.5 or 25. That escapes me, but she kind of works, and that flow is going to work for her as well.
I feel like this is a wide open field here in race number 4. I use Calypso Ghost in my exacta. Blinkers go on. First started a new barn for Rudy Sanchez Solomon. We know that he does well with these types, like the mares, the filly mares that kind of need to, get back in their groove again. But she wasn't completely out of it here in her last 2 races at all. Outside draw, she has speed. I think they're going to send with her with the application of blinkers.
They're going to go. I think I'm So Money is just about as fast. I think she can take it right to him, and right there is That There's Gold, who doesn't mind a fight when she gets involved from the quarter pole against this kind of class. So, the barn, though, I keep waiting for them to kind of heat back up, and he just hasn't happened yet. Maybe it'll be sooner rather than later.
Yeah, he's been hitting at 25% at one point, and now back down again to around 7-8% at present. So indeed, waiting for him as well, but not counting him out in race number 4 at all. As we'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Pimlico Racecourse. We're on race number 5. 8 races on the card, and of course tomorrow we kick off that mandatory payout in race number 6 and 4 stakes races on the card. So a wonderful weekend ahead of us here at this historic track. We'll try and pick you some winners. Race number 5, Maiden 40, 5 furlong on the main track. We are off the turf today. We're hoping to be on the turf tomorrow for all the stakes actions. Keith, both you and I like Peterson's courage in this spot. Make the rider Kevin Gomez, trainer Brittany Russell. He sat wide on his debut. It wasn't an easy race for him at all, really.
No, it wasn't. You see 11 post of 11 way out there, 4 to 5 wide every step of the way, got bumped, floated out, made a move into it, and just couldn't quite hold on. But showing that speed into those internals, drawing now inside, and aggressive riding tactics should put this horse right up, I think, on the lead today.
I think the draw is much more favorable here today, and he has the speed to move forward and get some real guidance as well. I use Hello Amigo in my exacta. You use him in third. I mean, this is a gelding that has dirt experience. I think he's got a favorable sort of stalking running style in this spot. And on the turf, he flew from the gate like a rocket last time out.
He did. Do we want to show that video? We can.
We might
if
as
you
well.
want.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Yeah, let's show that one. We'll highlight both. Rad Paisley was the one horse who broke slowly, and speed in between horse. Hello Amigo. You see right now he is up with the leaders, up between horses. But JD's going to go ahead and kind of rate him back off of it. So you guys go ahead and go. And you know what? Just a little bit of a light set. He gave up a couple of lengths. He came back quite well. He's going to end up angling about 5 wide for the stretch. But now let's highlight Rad Paisley, who took plenty of play for Robbie Bale's firster. broke slowly, a little rank, getting out around the turn. We're going to be able to pick him back up later as we go on. He's going to be wide turning for home. But hello, amigo. Good trip from there for the 5/16. Is going to be able to work out where there's Brad Paisley coming to the picture in the black cap, second from last. And we'll just watch these two come down the stretch. And I thought it was a good effort from both runners. Now, the key, hello, amigo, he's 0 for 14. I mean, do you just keep chasing him? When is the day going to be the day for him to get over the top? So he's kind of just shown his hand. He is what he is. But Brad Paisley intrigues me. Took a lot of money in that field for Robbie Bales. Big work back on May the 21st, 46-1, breezing out of the gate on this fast racetrack. I think the dirt's going to be okay for that one as well. So he just needs to get his act together.
I like that you stuck with Brad Paisley, because Brad Paisley was my best bet if it was on the turf. I absolutely loved him on the turf. Going against him here, because I'm not sure the main track will suit that incredible close he showed. I think, the dirt slows horses down a little bit in their ability to accelerate late. I wonder if it's going to suit him, and hence I've gone against him here. He might just completely beat me, and then I look silly because I had him on top on the turf, but changed my mind when we're off the turf. I think Hello Amigo has a more favorable running style to get back on the main track and has that dirt experience. You're right. It's not as attractive that he's 0 from 14, whereas Brad Paisley is, 0 from 1. So it's clearly unexposed. Don't sit on him either, because I agree with you there. I just kind of go against him here. I do use the firster on the rail all books. Fergal Lynch stays aboard for Brittany Russell. They don't pair up that frequently. Fergal, one of our very experienced riders, and I've kind of noticed that anytime he gets on a horse, they tend to run very, very well. He doesn't ride every single race, but when he gets on one, they are very live.
Absolutely.
So wanted to use that horse, although first on the rail is always tricky, isn't it?
A little tricky, yeah. You're going to have to deal with that. But with the horse just to its outside with that speed, and Hello Amigo's going to have a little bit, maybe even if it breaks a tad slow, can just gather itself, settle itself, and try to make a run. Fergal, we know, is a pretty good judge face, can get horses to relax and finish. 2 winning siblings to the credit of all bull. Yeah, maybe we can get the video later for Peterson's Courage. Maybe you guys can show it later in the afternoon, because I think that would have been a good one, too. We just got a little short on time this morning with some of the scratches. So, guys, that would be a good one to add for pre-race, maybe, for race number 5.
Race number 6, fillies and mares, 3-year-old and upward. 6 furlong sprinting distance, claiming 5,000 non-winners at 2 lifetime. This one we see very differently, Keith. I know we had a couple of races that we kind of agreed in our picks. The only horse we seem to agree on is the number 7 here, My Way or Else. She's ran consistently earlier in the year and looks for a rebound after possibly a couple of duller races. But she is in for a lot lower than she's been in her nearly entire career here, which I think is very attractive.
This is a horse, since the claim, you can kind of make some excuses. Hung wide when rallying. It was a good effort against Shaka Boom, who knows, like a 4 or 5 time winner. Then you go Charlestown 4.5. Didn't really like that. Then Turf, going long.
Didn't like that either.
And then a bad break and going short at Delaware. So you're like, okay, what do I keep making these? They jam. This race could get contested up front. There's not a lot of true speed. I'm going to take a shot that Zig's ready to roll. But I'm using My Way or Else to kind of rally into it. I go with Zig. Again, I think I've got Dale Capuano picked quite a bit today.
He better have a good day.
Yeah, this is a reclaim that's protected with the waiver after the break. Has shown serious speed in the past. I think if she's ready to roll, she is up on the lead or just off of it and get it done. I think she's going to be ready to rock. John
you
Geraldo.
Don't use Jenna the Boss at all.
Don't.
Drops in class for Claudio Gonzalez, had a break, and she showed plenty of improvement after when she came back here at Pimlico over this distance.
Yeah, I just, chasing a little drop here. The final move for this one. Maybe. Might be. I'm just looking for a little bit more value. I thought Hot Choice ran pretty good last time, despite having a little bit of trouble into the turn. It's just a slight shuffle. Lost ground, came wide and rallied into it. So I think this is another one that's going to need a little flow up top. Sunday in LBC, another one. Slight hop at the break for that one. Last time rushed up. So I think the speed is going to be provided by the 3 and the 4, and they can hang around for a while.
Does she really want to win, though, Sunday in LBC? I look back and I'm like, I don't even know when the last time was that she did get her picture. It runs in the money, though, so terrific candidate for the exotics.
Yes, that's what I was kind of looking there for your exactas or trifectas. But I'm going to key around Zig.
I like it. I use him underneath because knowing Dale, he'll definitely have him cranked up after a lengthy 280 days off, and figures to be the main pace influence here as well. So I like your pick, and I use him underneath. Race number 7, our feature race of the day. That first level allowance is on the main track. We are sprinting 5 furlongs. Both you and I kind of go with the class in here, don't we? The music died, the number 12, third in Not for Love Stakes, 3 starts back. Figures to find a lot easier field than what he's competed at in his last couple.
I guess the thing you get worried about, the voided claim back on May the 7th, where he just kind of dictated in that starter. But again, he's going to break in the clear. He looks in front of him and sees 3 really quick horses in Wonder in, Forced, and going to the lead. Even Ganny Grant from Mongo on the go back at speed, but I don't know if he's going to be able to keep up. But I think he'll be able to stalk and pounce in here.
Yeah, I use going to the lead in my exact. His name really suits him. I love the fact that he's very aptly named because he tries to take the lead every race, and he was able to secure the lead in his last race. Did get significant pressure from 2 horses on his outside, but that didn't bother him. He was cool as a cucumber, relaxed, and just kicked clear again for Damon Lodovico.
He's a horse, even if he gets into a little bit of a tussle here with Forced, I think he can survive. I think he can survive for a piece, or maybe win it. But the day the music died, this 5 furlongs, this is right up his alley. You look at the class, Belt Tapestry, In the Loop, those kind of horses he's kind of be able to compete with. You talked about the try in the Not for Love Stakes. So he doesn't have to be that kind of horse. But I think he's going to like to set up in front of him. Let's hope he's okay. He's got a couple works since, that voided claim.
Just want to update your picks here. 12, 4, 6, 5 for Keith Hughes. So the one is not running there. I know you send it in late scratch of River Tiber for Wesley Ward. So it is 12, 4, 6, 5 for Keith, kind of similar to my picks in here. As we'll move on to the nightcap here, race number 8, mile and 16 on the main track. Starter allows for the ladies 3-year-old and up. And again, we go with the same horses here in our exacta. So let's hope we're right. Nana Shoes in second, and then number 6, Sammy Sunshine on top. She has an abundance of speed. Yeah. And thankfully for Sammy Sunshine, the stretch run to the first turn is a little bit longer than the one at Laurel when we're going mile and 16. She's drawn to the outside, smaller field, 6 horses. I think she can get over and try and dominate.
I think things should be very relaxed for her. Given a good break and she doesn't have to work too hard, I think she can kind of pull herself to the lead around the first turn, drop in a little bit towards the rail and control it. When she gets that kind of trip, she's very tough. We've seen it 2 out of her last 4 tries. That race at Delaware, they just went too quick, contested, and took enough out of her. I think today she'll be relaxed up front. Bring me answers has to be. I just don't think she's as quick as her through the opening quarter mile, and then she can take advantage. Sammy Sunshine, drop in and control it.
Yeah, and then both of us use Nana's Shoes. I have been on board for a couple of times. I do hope at some point she's going to come in and get the money, but she runs it very consistently and always turns up.
Yeah, and unfortunately, right, she's running the Sammy Sunshine twice. She hasn't really had the help that she needed up front. She's settled, made that run, and she's just not quite sustaining when the other leaders up front have an easier go of it. So, yeah, but she's a user here for me to complete the exacta 6-4-5-2.
And that will do it for us for the morning show, but we still have a little treat for you in shape of lightning round. Well, we've been touting it throughout, but I'm going to say it again. We are 1 day away for a record-breaking Rainbow Pick 6 mandatory payout. And Keith, you say it's going to be $4 million, so I'll take your word for it.
I think, in days like that, I think everybody will just jump on board. I think at least 3, you would think. So, we're gonna be a major focus tomorrow afternoon.
And a quality sequence added as well. We'll go through all the cards tomorrow morning. You and I will try and pick some winners. But I do love Mighty Mischief in the concern. I definitely think he's going to be a single for a fair few people in there. But, if you want to be on board, you might actually want to spread in there and hope that he gets beat so that you get a bigger payout. Our 6th track, Gulfstream Park, has graded stakes action today, headlined by the Princess Rooney Stakes. A super exciting race coming up, 7 furlongs. The distance there, a grade 2, fillies and mares, 3-year-old and up. And as you see, What is at stake there? Well, an automatic entry into the $1 million Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint on November the 6th. So incredibly important race. I went and handicapped this for a bit of a handicapping tournament. I love Estio Talentoso on the rail. But it's hard to overlook two-time Great Womaneer CC. She is getting back to the 7 furlongs, and Michael McCarthy said that maybe she didn't like how the track was playing in the last couple of starts at Santa Anita Park. She didn't get away that well in her last. If she returns to her best form, she can have these with ease.
She's going to be awfully tough. I'm going to have to dig a little deeper, take a look at that when I get back upstairs. The Princess Rooney.
Yeah, definitely plenty of graded stakes action at our sister track, Gulfstream Park. So get involved there. And of course, come down to us and celebrate Independence Day weekend, 4th of July tomorrow, red, white, and blue festival. We talked about this briefly before, but it's just fun. What's more American than be at the races and cheering home a winner whilst maybe later on catching some fireworks?
Absolutely. You said this is your first go round, right?
It is. It is.
So,
I've never been in the United States on the July the 4th. It's just always coincided with me getting back home or doing something else, but never actually been here. So yeah, a little bit to look forward to, right?
I know where you live. Take advantage of it. It should be fun.
Apparently there's fireworks at the mall. I live about 20 minutes away from the mall. So, Capitol Hill, here I come if I feel good enough for tomorrow. But what are you doing normally on July 4th?
Well, like I say, you can usually see them from the distance. I have neighbors that will light off fireworks. So I just kind of chill at the house, relax, have a couple cold ones, sit out back and watch the fireworks.
Oh, that sounds pretty good to me.
And hope the dog doesn't go too crazy. That's
Keep your pets inside, people, for all the fireworks. Plenty of celebration going on, and of course, whoever hits the Rainbow Pick 6 might have a great night afterwards as well. Starts in race 6 tomorrow, but of course 8 races are on tap today. Naomi Keith Fusel wishing you the best of luck, and Dave Rotman will be up next with scratches and changes.
All right, good luck.